Welcome to the Word for Life podcast, a daily devotional covering the entire Bible from Genesis to Revelation.
In Leviticus chapter 13 and 14, we read about God's regulations for defiling skin diseases and defiling molds. The priests of Israel acted as health officers for the community. They checked if the skin disease was spreading further on that person or if the person was healed. If the skin disease was seen to be spreading, then the affected person was sent away from the camp. If the person was healed, then the person was allowed inside the camp. Note here that the priest was not able to heal the person. He could only check if the person was healed. The priest could only pronounce judgments. God was the one who was able to heal that person. Also, if the person was healed, then an elaborate 8-day ritual process happened. From verse 4 onwards, we read how the priest shall order that a bird be killed over fresh water in a clay pot. Then the priest will take a live bird, dip it into the blood of the bird that was killed over the fresh water, together with cedar wood, the scarlet yarn, and the hyssop. And 7 times the priest will sprinkle the one to be cleansed of the defiling disease. And afterwards, the priest will pronounce him to be clean. And he will also release the live bird in the open fields. But even after this procedure, the person must stay outside their tent. Only on the 8th day, the healed person will be brought to the tabernacle. 4 offerings, sin offering, burnt offering, grain offering, and guilt offering, will be offered. The healed person will be anointed with the blood of the guilt offering. The priest will put the blood on the person's lobe of the right ear, on the thumb of the right hand, and on the thumb of the right foot. This procedure will enable the person to make an atonement before the Lord. After all this, the person will become a full member of the community. He will return to his family and friends. Verse 33 to 53 gives instructions about what a priest must do when there is a spreading mold in a house in the land. Friends, there is something the Lord wanted Israel to know through this. Many times, people think that sin affects only the sinner or the individual. One justification for sin is that it does not harm anybody. Yet, we must be cautious about such thinking. Sin affects other people also. Here, God wanted the affected person to stay away because other people can be affected. Similarly, sin also affects others. For example, when the leader of a corporation steals money from his company, his sin will not only affect himself. One day, this will lead to the loss of the company itself. Others in the organization might lose their jobs and even their career. That is why this chapter teaches us that no one is simply an individual in a community. Each person is connected to another person. So what one does affects the other. Therefore, individuals need to show responsibility towards their fellow human beings and even the environment. A single person can create chaos for many people. Finally, as we noted before, the priest was unable to heal the affected person but only passed judgments on people who had these skin diseases. But our Lord Jesus Christ was a unique priest in history. He was even able to cure all manner of diseases. Luke 14, therefore, sets the stage for the coming of Jesus in the New Testament. By showing a priest who was unable to cure a person, the Old Testament created an expectation for Jesus who will come and heal all diseases. That is why we say that Jesus fulfilled the Old Testament law even in this way. What the law was powerless to do, God did it by sending His Son, Jesus Christ. Therefore, believers today are careful of sins that corrupt not only them but others related to them. They also constantly come to the cleansing power of Jesus time and again to be cleansed and made whole.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow for the next episode of the Word for Life podcast.